धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद. Sri C.P. Narayanan.
Mr. Vice Chairman, I am starting my speech highlighting the point with which Honorable Member Narayanan explained it in detail. See, when the forests have to be protected, there the forest dwellers, particularly the Adivasis who have been there for centuries, they have to be protected. And we had enacted an act for them in 2006, where their Grama Sabhas and individually and collectively they have been given certain rights. Those have to be protected. A mention of that in this bill was necessary. However, we explained that it can be, those things can be included in the rules. Of course, now that may be the only possibility. We have to, we should have included their provisions for them in the bill, because, see, about quarter of a century back, we enacted the 73rd and 74th amendments to the Constitution, giving rights to the panchayats. But when you look back to the history of how it has been implemented in our various states, in spite of these amendments to the Constitution, very little have been done in various states to hand over power as well as resources to the local bodies. In such a situation, it is highly necessary in the case of Adivasis, who are most neglected. Now, it is borne out of the fact that their education, their health conditions, their livelihood, everything is in a very bad condition. So, that part should have been included, and our party has brought in an amendment to that, to this. That has to be considered. That was what I have to say. Second thing I have to say is that maybe the government, whether the present government or the earlier government, have been having a satisfaction that during the 90s, there has been an increase of 0.22% in our forest cover. In 2000 to 210, that's a decade, the increase in forest cover has been 0.4%. It has increased. And as my Honorable Member Harivamsh has just mentioned, between 2013 and 2015, more than 5,000 hectares of land has been afforested. This is a very good description in figures. But there have been studies, various studies by various competent authorities and groups in our country. I will just mention in what way this has been done by KDPL in Karnataka in the Kuntirebu forests, where iron ore has been excavated. After that, afforestation has been done. What did they do? In the slopes, there were lakhs of tons of loose mud. They removed it and filled up a 100-meter valley, which is below 100 meters. 100 meters have been filled up by this mud. What happened was that valley, the ecosystem of the valley has been completely annihilated. Second, for afforestation, what they did was the grassland above. Now that has been a system which has been there for long. That has been attacked, and millions of non-native trees have been planted there. That has been the afforestation. Now, such an afforestation will not do good for that land. So, what has happened is that the Bhadra river watershed in that area, that has been fully annihilated by these three interventions. Now, if we are doing afforestation in this fashion, that will not do good. That is what the CAG has pointed out in 2013 report. Now this, regarding this Bhadra Valley afforestation, certain competent studies show that 74% of that is unsuccessful.
Please conclude. Your
Yes,
time is
I'm
over.
concluding. Only 13% is successful. So what we want is afforestation we require. But it is not planting trees, any kind of trees in any place. It has to be done in a proper manner, in a scientific manner. Then only we can have afforestation. Then only such forest will be able to do its 5 kind of duties. I don't want to go into the details. If a forest has to do its dharma, its functions, then afforestation has to be done improperly. What we have done during the past, most of them do not belong to that level. So when we say that this 40,000 or 42,000 crores of rupees are given to the states, and they do the afforestation in the fashion that they were doing earlier, it will be a big tragedy,
Thank you.
big catastrophe. It should be avoided. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Dilip.